Hi, welcome to Arty Crafty Alchemy. Today I am going to share with you a few canvases I made. I am the Arty Crafty Alchemist. Let's get started. You'll have to forgive me, I may not remember everything that I used as I made these a couple of weeks ago, but I'll do my best to try and remember what I used. For this canvas I used Liquitex Flexible Modelling Paste, and that's the same modelling paste I used on all of the canvases, and the background stencil is one from a pack of 3 from Kmart. And then I used Jo Sonia's black gesso. It was all I could find in my little town, and most shops online that I was looking at that I buy from regularly didn't have it in stock, so I grabbed it where I could. The elephant I painted with the gesso as well, and then background has Finnabar Art Alchemy wax in amethyst, which I just had in my hot little hand and can't find it. And then over the top of the gesso on the elephant I've added aged brass, which I've also done around the edges. And then I've added some black eyes, which had some of the amethyst art alchemy wax, but it doesn't tend to want to stay on there very well. So that's come off, but that's okay. That's the first canvas. That was quick and easy, that one. That one didn't take me too long to make. And then everything just went pear-shaped, and yeah, it took me forever to make the rest. This one I cut out the individual letters from a Kaisercraft alphabet set, and I do have the stamp set I used for this one beside me, so that's a bit of a shocker. I used the Kaisercraft Botanical stamp set, which I've had forever, but you can still get this one, and that's stamped on the background. I used a combination of distress stains and dilutions in different colours, and I used Inca Gold in Hydrangea for the tops of the letters, the butterfly and the butterflies in the background and the edges, and I also put some on the back. I also coloured some pearl coloured pearls with the Inca Golds in magenta and hydrangea. The butterfly is from a double layer Tim Holtz set, and the background stencil is from Kaisercraft. Hello kitty. This one is a 5x7 canvas. This one is just some wooden discs that I was given. I have a pack of these wooden discs, and so I thought I'd use them to make some projects. I made this little mermaid canvas. I found the blank elephant from Scrapbooking and Craft. That's what they look like before you ink them up or paint them or whatever you want to do to them. And that's the website, scrapbookingandcraft.com.au, and I'll try and remember to link that below. I have these mermaids that I got. In the back is the sitting mermaids, so I used the bigger one for this, and then I used 2 of these smaller bubbles for the bubbles on each side. This one I primed with the Creative Place primer from Aldi, which is gesso, just called primer, same thing. And I used a lot of products on this. I used dots in the background, I think are again from a Kaisercraft stencil. I have a little turtle, starfish. This little piece here is a wooden flourish from Kaisercraft that I've painted, and then that's a real shell. And then I have used a bunch of different products. I used, again, distress stains and dilutions in different colours, and I ended up using a bunch of different colours that I don't even really remember. I used some Opal Magic, just used the blue-green. I painted my mermaid, her hair and her tail with black gesso, and then I painted her body and her face with white gesso, and then painted the Opal Magic on, so they're slightly different colours. I don't know if that picks up very well in the video. There's a few stray pearls in here, but I took the 3 different sizes of Prima art stones and I coloured them with some sprays, and I don't even remember how I made them shiny. I watered down some Inca Gold and added it into the colours to make them a bit shimmery, and I stuck them on with matte gel medium. I think I used both of these Opal Magics in violet green and blue green to paint all the different elements. I did the same thing with the circles. I painted some black and some with white gesso so that the blue-green would show different on each of the 2 colours. It shows more blue on the white and more green on the black. And this took me ages. All those little bits of the art rocks took forever to stick on. Finally, my most ambitious canvas Took me ages, and it has lots and lots of cogs and things on it. I've used some Tim Holtz cogs in the background. I have the Biggs cogs die, and I also have the Movers and Shapers cogs die, which I used some of. I used some Kaisercraft and Flourishes cogs. The big piece in the middle section is this, and I used some other of Melindas chipboard from Scrapbooking and Craft as well. And I also used these pipes. So you've got the connectors and the pipes, so I used some of these on here. Metal embellishments, that's a metal cog. That's a key from some keys from a few years ago, and that is one of his accoutrement buttons that I've stuck on there. For the background, I used both pipes and cog stencils. They're both from Kaisercraft. Can't really see much of the cogs left under there, but you can see some of the pipes. On the canvas, I used a combination of the metallic waxes and Inca golds. I know I used hematite on the outside. Everything is sprayed with a combination of dilutions and distress sprays. The really bright colour you can see is aged brass. All the edges and the dark colours are hematites, Inca gold, and I can't remember what colour that is, I'm sorry. It's another one from my stash. It's not a metallic wax. I think it's copper Inca gold, but I'm not 100% sure. And I also have a very small amount of vintage photo distress powder. I hope I can find some more of that, although I just did get the hammered embossing powder from Ranger and I want to see what that looks like. But I used the vintage photo distress embossing powder to give texture to some of the cogs, just an edge here and there, give them a bit of interest. This was a very old 80s style earring, and I just popped the back off it and stuck that down. This again was another piece from an earring, and I've just cut the piece for the hook so that it was round, and I've glued that on with a combination of many different things. Glossy accents, there's foam in there, there is hot glue. I stuck it down the first time and it didn't stick, and instead of just glossy accenting the bit on it, I actually pulled everything out because I didn't think of that at the time, but I could have just glued the foam back on with glossy accents and it would have stayed on there, but I didn't think of that at the time, so I reinforced it all, stuck it with glossy accents so it held onto it better, and now it's not moving. And then this is another Tim Holtz piece, and it says, "Reality has limits, imagination is boundless." And that was my final canvas. At the moment I do have some in progress. I have a bunch of stuff that I painted left. I've done another cog background, and then I have all these little bits and pieces in here that I can use to make another cog one. And that one was a super thick wow stencil, which isn't square, it's just the shapes of cogs. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one. This one is another one of these round wooden pieces that I've covered in black gesso and then rubbed over some of the... Here's the amethyst, I'd put it back in the container. Opal Magic, I have Opal Magic in Royal Robes, and then I have another one as well, and Rose Gold, I believe. So purpley pink is the Royal Robes and the Rose Gold is this colour. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that one yet. And the same with this one. This one has the Fire Ruby on it, which is this one. Does anybody else have the Antique Brilliance waxes? Because mine, I had to scrape mine out. They were looking really funny and gross and possibly mouldy, so I had to scrape the top off mine. So I have those. Just hold these up so you can have hopefully a better look and you can really see the embossing when I tilt it. I think I'm going to do another one of these with a gold background with a silver elephant with my last elephant. See how they go. I may have to get some more of them. And then this butterfly one. On the back I've just rubbed some more of the Inca Gold, but on these ones I've added a panel of black to finish them off. And then up close of the mermaid, you can see all the layers, and then the cogs and the cogs has layers of cogs and the pipes and then the metal embellishments. That is my first foray into canvases. I was inspired by a few different videos. What comes to mind is Mermaids Small Art. I watch a lot of her videos and so find her pretty inspiring. Although it took me a lot longer to make things. She just goes bang 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 and likes it, and if she doesn't like it she rips it off and does it again. As I'm more try it, take photos, see if I like it, move things around until I'm happy with it before I'll stick things on. I hope you enjoyed these canvases. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to see more content like this, and hit the bell notification to know when new videos come out. Thank you all for watching and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.